Inside Huntsville with Brenda Martin, a conversation with department heads at City Hall on streets, ball fields, public safety, and more. And also with our community partners that add economic security, support education, and enhance the city's quality of life.
Hello, I'm Brenda Martin with Inside Huntsville, and thanks for joining me today. Cybersecurity is the body of technologies, processes, and practices designed to protect networks, computers, programs, and data from attack. The 8th Annual National Cyber Summit will take place here in Huntsville, June 8th through the 9th at the Von Braun Center, South Hall. And I'm so pleased today to have Mr. Jamie Miller, the program chair, who's responsible for developing the agenda and securing the keynote speakers. Welcome, Jamie, and thanks so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much, Brenda, for having me here. We're excited to have our conference here coming up June 8th and 9th.
Well, in my introduction, I kind of talked about or gave a description, if you will, of cybersecurity. Can you add to that?
Sure. Cybersecurity is really all about protecting data, protecting information. Nowadays, data is ubiquitous. Everything we do, credit card transactions, going online, sending information on your phone, everything is connected to the internet in some form or fashion. It's about how we protect that data. There's three real tenets to that. It's availability, confidentiality, and integrity. So we want to make sure that the data gets to the right people when we want to, that the information is exactly what it should be. It's not compromised or some person gets a hold of it and manipulates it in a bad way. And then we can protect it to the extent we need to. So it's an exciting topic, and there's a lot going on relative to cyber.
It's a lot of information to understand. The average person now, why should they be interested in cybersecurity?
Well, like I said, cyber is really becoming the fabric of our society. As we go through our day-to-day activities, we're in some way connected to the internet almost all the time. You're checking your phone, you're doing online banking.
Okay,
It's just part of everything we do. And with that, unfortunately, there's some inherent risks. As things go online, we have to make sure it's appropriately protected.
Yes. It's a hot topic in Huntsville.
That's correct. Cyber is seen as this up-and-coming industry, and it really is. It's highly innovative. You know, Huntsville has been successful in making sure that they promote innovation. It's always been a town that's on the leading edge, from rocket technology, aerospace, manufacturing, and cyber is no different. So, the real reason is that we have a community of people that are thought leaders, that are driving the narrative, and again, not surprising to see that cyber is really at the forefront of that conversation in Huntsville, and Tommy Battle, the mayor, has a Cyber Huntsville initiative.
Yes.
They're really pushing cyber hard,
Okay.
and making a lot of progress, frankly.
We're going to talk about that a little later, but how did you get involved in this cybersecurity area?
Yeah, it's an interesting story. I kind of grew up with it organically. It's always been around to a certain extent, but I grew up in the Washington, D.C. area for a long time, and just had the opportunity to get exposed to it. After 9/11, I think there was a big push to have increased cybersecurity, and the government, obviously has a strong presence here in Huntsville, has embraced the industry and idea, and just kind of grew up with it organically, and came to love it and enjoy it, and I'm happy to be involved.
So you've been involved in it for how long now?
My whole career, essentially.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I didn't even go to school for cybersecurity. I think they really offered degrees back in the day, but
Yeah.
I think I studied international relations. But here I am. I run a small business and doing cybersecurity.
How about that? Okay, well, there's a very important summit coming up, June 8th and 9th?
Yes, ma'am. Our National Cybersecurity Summit is happening this June 8th and 9th at the Von Braun Center. It's going to be a fantastic conference.
900 people you're expecting. That's a lot.
Actually, the latest numbers we're expecting probably over 1,000, potentially even over to
right?
1,500 people.
Oh my,
Yeah,
okay.
we have secured an incredible number of really high-profile thought leaders in the cyber community. Lieutenant General Edward Cardone, he runs the cyber Second Army down at Fort Gordon. Mike Rogers, Honorable Mike Rogers, former congressman from Michigan. Suzanne Spalding, the Undersecretary of DHS. even in the commercial industry, we have folks like John Matherly. He's the founder and CEO of Shodan. It's a very innovative company. Just think of like the Google for cybersecurity.
No kidding.
Yeah, we really have some powerhouse folks coming to talk. So
well, kudos to you because you're involved in obtaining those speakers.
that's right. Just had the fortunate experience over the years to develop relationships with some of these folks.
Okay.
And again, I think Huntsville and what we're doing here is a large part of being able to attract that type of caliber of person. And I think it's really a testament to the entire community. But we have 3 tracks. We have a management, technical, and an academic track for the conference. So we'll have management topics around how you manage cybersecurity and disciplines relative to that. A much more in-depth technical track where we go through some of the technical steps of, if you're a practitioner, how do you break into systems and hacking techniques, things like that. And then we have an academic perspective from different universities from around the nation that'll come and talk about research papers and what they're doing to drive forward the narrative for cybersecurity. So it's incredible conference. Really proud of what we've been able to pull together.
Well, now, who should attend? I mean, I know you've got all these people coming from out of town, but what about our local folk?
Yes, frankly, anybody who's interested in cybersecurity, we would welcome.
Okay.
And again, like I said, cyber is impacting all tenets of our daily life. So if you have an interest, feel free to come by the Von Braun Center. A lot of the information is actually online. Nationalcybersummit.com. I'd encourage everybody to go there. But if you are a small business owner, and feel like you don't know enough about cyber to secure your networks, please come learn more about cyber. If you're a government person, by the way, all government personnel are able to come free.
Oh, good.
So I know in Huntsville we have a large government population. So
all they have to do is what?
All you have to do is actually go to our website, nationalcybersummit.com, go to the registration link, and you can click that you're a government employee, and you'll be able to attend for free.
Okay.
So it's easy as that. Definitely come if you're a government employee. There's no reason not to, and even if you're not, the cost to come is very, very low. We've made it very attractive.
And the basic information. I mean, the information for just basic people who, like you say, we deal with this on a day-to-day basis in some form or fashion.
That's right. The reality is it's everything we do, and I think we all have to become educated. How you go online, what's your behavior like, what's websites do you traverse and visit, who are you sharing information with, what kind of information should you be sharing. All of that type of information will be talked about. We'll talk about policy from a government perspective. Where is policy going? How's it maturing? What are some of the latest and greatest technologies around cyber and how to secure your network? So again, very leading edge, exciting information, but also very accessible information to basically anybody out there that has an interest.
Yes. As I'm sitting here listening to you, I'm thinking about, not too very long ago, I had, a couple of years ago actually, in submitting my tax returns, I found out that someone had taken my Social Security number and used it for their return. Well, my whole life was just crazy after that. So, I mean, it's obvious that we need to be more informed about this whole cybersecurity effort.
That's right. Unfortunately, we've grown up in an environment where, share information, put information out there. I mean, Facebook is a great example. Most people have their whole lives out there. Their pictures of their kids, where they are,
oh my goodness,
when they're going on vacation. I mean, so it's unfortunate.
You've got to be smart about.
You have to be smart about what you're sharing and with who. And I think a lot of it is education driven. And I think our conference and the work that we're doing here in the community is going a long way to help educate the community for how to protect themselves and their families.
Yes, that's the key. Education.
That's right.
Education. We've got to learn what to do and what not to do.
That's correct.
You're so right. That Facebook, oh my goodness. People have so much of their personal lives on that. It's good on one hand, but we've got to be smart about.
It's a delicate balance. I mean, there's so many things you can do if you're a hacker or if you're trying to cause harm to someone. I mean, people, you taking a picture of your, kids, family. There's a geolocation code on a lot of cameras. You upload it onto Facebook. There's ways to find out exactly where you took that picture. If you take a picture of your house, identifies where you live.
Really?
Hey, there's a nice big flat jumbo screen TV in the background, and then you say, hey, I'm going on vacation to the Caribbean with my friends in 2 weeks. Come back and your TV's gone and everything else is gone. So
Yes.
you have to be very cautious, very mindful of what we put online and understand the risks.
In terms of the summit, I'm sure there's opportunities for exhibitors and sponsors. We talked a little bit about sponsors, but what about the exhibitors?
Tons of opportunities. I know my small business will have a table and a booth, or it will be exhibiting, talking about what we can offer the community. We're expecting to have probably over 100 different companies within the Tennessee Valley coming to talk about what they're doing, and as far as having booths, demonstrating particular products, showcasing some thought leadership in cyber. We also have an array for different opportunities for organizations to sponsor, water breaks, our lanyards that you wear for your tags, some of the different track sponsors. So there's, plenty of opportunities. If you're a company, if you're an organization that wants to get involved in cyber, be known for cyber, tons of sponsorship opportunities. Like I said, over 1,000 people are going to be there. They'll see your name, see your organization, see that you're helping to drive the narrative here, and I think it would be a wonderful opportunity to help get involved and to help push the agenda.
And again, they can go to the website, which is?
That's correct, nationalcybersummit.com. Click on the registration tab. You'll see all the options for what you can register for and what's available. It's a great opportunity. I should note too that our diamond sponsor, our premier sponsor for the event, is a company by the name of All Points, and they're investing quite a bit of resources and energy to help make our conference a success. So I want to give them some acknowledgement for that.
Sure.
But that's not to say that there's a whole community of companies and organizations that are involved in this effort in the summit. So kudos to everybody to be involved, but there's plenty of opportunities out there. So
Still, yes.
please go to the website, register, sponsor. We would welcome that participation.
And we're going to have that website, we're going to put that website up for our viewers.
Wonderful.
There's an economic development side of this. Mayor Battle has, of course, developed a cyber initiative, which you're quite aware of it, and has indicated that Huntsville has been successful in attracting companies such as Remington and Polaris. Can you tell us more about this?
Yes. Again, Huntsville is all about innovation. It's all about identifying high thought leadership technologies, innovative work. And again, cyber is a big part of that. So when you see Polaris, Remington, even I run a small company, Mission Multiplier. I moved here specifically because I saw that Huntsville is a growth area. It's developing and investing into cybersecurity. What we're doing here with specific to cyber is growing the economy. There's more jobs, there's more opportunities, more and more companies like mine are coming here to grow. Candidly, there's just such a wonderful talent base here, really competent folks, highly educated folks that are easy to bring on board, grow your company. I think the local government is doing a wonderful job in stimulating that growth, identifying target companies and communicating the value of Huntsville and the talent that we bring. So having the National Cyber Summit here is going to help continue and drive that growth and economic development. So more and more companies like Remington and Polaris, other cyber companies like mine will come to Huntsville and continue to add the economic injection that we need.
Well, it's interesting too that while this industry is progressing, if you will, there's a workforce shortage, and so how do we speak to that?
Yeah, it's a big challenge. Honestly, with all this growth comes need for resources, and because cyber is relatively new and it's growing so fast, we just don't have enough talent and people to fill the jobs. And I think it's a nationwide concern. Luckily here in Huntsville, we've done some very proactive measures to help mitigate that gap. Our local universities, UAH, Calhoun, Alabama A&M, They have cyber-specific programs, so we're teaching the next generation the specific disciplines and competencies that they're going to need to fill these future jobs. But yes, it's a big problem right now, but I'm excited to know that we have the leadership in the community here, that we're engaging them and growing the talent. So we know as we grow and Huntsville grows, we bring in more cybersecurity companies and take on more initiatives, we'll have the capacity that we need. But it's going to take a little bit of time. I think we're doing some good work there. We need to continue that good work. But kudos to Mayor Battle and the local community here to help recognize the need and to invest in our schools and the kids to make sure that we'll have that talent for the future.
Right. And in my research, I found that President Obama has signed 2 executive orders on cybersecurity, which includes putting $19 billion, not million, but $1 billion in the 2017 budget.
Yeah,
That's going to help tremendously, I'm sure.
Absolutely. It's already started to change the game.
Okay.
The reality is that everything we do in the federal government and even in commercial industry, like I talked about before, everything is online. Everything's on the internet. So as we do everything, we have to be mindful of cybersecurity. The unfortunate reality is that other countries, bad people are out there to try to take advantage of what's happening as we go and move online. So we have to protect ourselves, and to protect ourselves, we have to invest. And I think that, again, the federal government realizes that we need money to move the ball forward. And again, kudos to President Obama for recognizing that, and the Congress to pass a budget that we need to make the strides to develop the cybersecurity capability that we're going to need to protect our communities, our nation, to grow the talent. So it's an exciting time. I think we're going to be able to make a lot of impact. We're going to see a lot of evolution around cyber. But again, having that funding and budget is really
It's
huge.
going to really make a big difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You talked earlier too about having more opportunities for the young people to learn this field. Well, 2 of Huntsville City middle schools recently conducted an exceptional round of competition in the 8th season of Cyber Patriot, which is at the National Cyber Youth competition.
Yeah,
You're aware of that,
absolutely. Again, I think our school system, Casey Wardinski, is a huge champion of cybersecurity. We've been investing in the students, and that's showcase in what they've done at the Cyber Patriot national level competition. Our schools, our middle schools, our high schools, we are constantly, and they've been doing this for a few years now. I think every year a Huntsville City School has been in the top 5, if not winning the whole thing. So it just goes to show you that as we, as a school system, we're investing in our kids and building the local talent and being mindful that this is a growth area. So we will have the capacity to grow, to drive economic development. Again, I think our school system is really, fantastic and differentiated from, frankly, the rest of the country. It makes us a special place.
That's what I understand. In fact, again, in my research, I found that our Huntsville City Schools is one of only 3 school districts in the nation to be recognized as a Cyber Patriot Center of Excellence. So kudos to our folks.
Yes, like I said, I'll just say, I think Casey Wardinski is really the champion of this. He recognized that technology is changing, it's moving fast, and cyber is a really key component of where we're going, and it's going to be the fabric of everything. And you say, how do we get our kids to understand how this works? How can we grow that talent? So you could be, I think my son is in pre-K, I think but kindergarten, they start having coding classes and talking about coding. And
oh my.
It's amazing what we're doing here in Huntsville, Alabama, in our school system, and developing the talent and capacity to grow and to really drive the narrative for cyber. So I feel very fortunate and honored to know that we have such a strong community that embraces and understands and respects cybersecurity. And I do see not only are the kids a center of excellence for cyber, but I think our overall community and through the mayor's initiative for cybersecurity, Huntsville and Tennessee Valley will be a cyber center of excellence, and I think that's the goal, and we're certainly driving toward that.
And also in our high schools, There will be courses that
That's right.
children, that our youth can take, and
That's right.
of course, we know that it's in middle schools, but there's an introductory courses that will be offered to our students this fall.
That's correct. We have cybersecurity courses that were being developed and that are rolling out. The kids are learning the ins and outs of how to hack, how to protect systems, where the data flows are. And even as part of our summit, I should say that we're actually having something called a Cyber Cup. So at the National Cyber Summit, we're inviting some of those high school students that are learning hands-on experience, gaining hands-on experience. We're inviting them to come to the summit and actually challenge them to break into systems.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh my.
So
Okay.
we'll have representatives from the local
Hands-on.
schools. We'll come in there. We'll actually give some awards for who can break into what systems and showcasing their skills and talent. So again, I think the whole idea here is showcase what we bring as a community, showcase what we're doing to develop the next generation's talent for cyber. Just really proud of what we've been able to accomplish here and what we are accomplishing.
So you will have some youth at your
We will.
summit.
We'll have a significant group of students.
Okay, great.
We've been working with the school systems here,
All right.
and they'll be part of the conference as well.
Okay. 1,500 people thereabout
Yes.
coming in June for cybersecurity in Huntsville, Alabama. That is fabulous.
Yes, it truly is. We're very excited about what we're going to accomplish here, and excited to have the venue at the Von Braun and the representatives from multiple companies, and from an academic, government, and industry, you name it, and some really powerhouse speakers. It's going to be a fantastic event.
That's great. Great. The email and the information again for our
Yes,
our viewers?
www.nationalcybersummit.com. Go there, all the information is there, how to register. If you're government, again, it's free. Tell all your friends, colleagues that work for the federal government that you could go, no cost to you. The information on the agenda, the times, who's speaking when is all there.
Okay.
How to register, how to sponsor, everything you can find online.
It's right online. Okay.
Yes.
Jamie, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to share this information, because we need to know about it.
Thank you so much. Thank
All
you,
right.
Bob.
That's my show for today. I'm Brenda Martin. Have a wonderful day.